Here we have the last verse of the 6th chapter of the Gospel of John, verse 71. Jesus has been responding to the statement by Peter that Jesus is the Holy One of God. And Jesus responds somewhat ironically, saying, in effect, yes, that's true, and yet isn't it also true that I've chosen you 12, and one of you is a devil, one of you is the one that's going to betray me? As if to say the fact that Jesus had chosen them out and that he indeed had the words of life, which of course to Peter meant that they couldn't go to anyone else. Nevertheless, in spite of that, and really quite shockingly, one of those who had been close to Jesus throughout his career was the one who was about to hand him over. And of course, that gives rise to the drama connected to the whole incident involving Judas and his betrayal. John, in effect, inserts here an explanatory comment just to make clear that that's what we're discussing. Elegen, this is the word lego, I say. This is the third person singular, imperfect, active indicative. Imperfect implies ongoing action in the past. So he was saying, postpositive da, but he was saying ton udon. He was saying the Judas. This is idiomatically not quite the way we would translate it. We'd say something like he was speaking of, talking about Judas. But in Greek, this is rare but permissible. He was saying Judas. And then Simonos, this is the genitive, meaning Judas was the son of Simon. And then again, Judas Iscariotu. From Kurioth, probably the name of the town from which Judas hailed, and the reference to his father. This was the family town, apparently. There's been varying theories as to whether that's exactly what this term means, but probably it's the best theory at this point, and we'll go along with that. So he was speaking of, or speaking concerning Judas, son of Simon of Kerioth, the Iscariot, and then Hutos, demonstrative pronoun, masculine, singular, nominative. This one, gar, postpositive, for this one, emelen. This is from mello. Mello means I am about, and it usually takes the infinitive. I'm about to do something. In this case, we have the third person singular, imperfect, active indicative, so he was about to do something. He was just going to do something. It does give a feeling of some kind of motion, a sort of precipitousness about it. It's just about to happen. The infinitive that normally goes with this verb is here, paradidonai. This is from didomi. It means to give. The paradidomi means to deliver over, to hand over, often used in a kind of judicial sense, to deliver someone over. It can also mean a tradition, something handed down or handed over. This happens to be paradidonai. This is the infinitive, present active infinitive. So he was just about to hand over or deliver over auton, the direct object of that infinitive verb, him, the masculine accusative singular, referring to Jesus, of course. So this one was about to deliver him over. Haste, this is the word that means one. It's an adjective. Being is inserted here kind of impliedly. We don't have it directly in Greek, but it's implied. Being one, ek ton dodeka, being one of the 12. So Judas, with a bit of pathos, is noted here by John as one who is one of the 12, and yet he is the one who is going to deliver him over, and indeed is just about to do that, which is what warrants the reference by Jesus that even one of these 12 was a devil.